we have innovation, and despite what Bjorn, I still believe we can innovate harder, faster, and we have solutions. We've got to do a lot more. But we have a compounding factor. This compounding factor are natural disasters. Now, these are going to be major changes in climate, and despite the fact that we have good regulators in some areas, we have not yet developed suitable regulations or management of carbon and also the accompanying impacts. However, some natural disasters go beyond this. And Pedro, you've had a lot of experience with dealing with some of these. In particular, you had a major earthquake recently, which not only were you appeared to be prepared, you recovered very quickly. How do you build resilience into these systems to make them work and continue working?
Thank you very much. Really, it was an extreme situation. And if one has to summarize lessons learned from this experience, I would summarize them in 6 main lessons, I would say. One, related to security, how you cope with that, what do you do to make sure that you can work after a catastrophe like this. Second one would be team working. This needs good teams in order to respond quick and fast. And I would take Bill's presentation today, where he said that you should work in local communities, and in our case that we ran 130 systems in different communities. Actually what happened was that small teams put all their effort in small communities. So we were able to split the company so that the company would work in small communities and finding solutions that were specific for those communities. And that was clearly a way that you were presenting for the future. It was the only way. You had so many small and big problems that you had to work in small communities. The searching stakeholders. You need everyone pushing in the same direction. And here I have to say very good words about the media, radios, newspapers. They all work the same direction. They all were working to help and to see how could we get off the problem. Fourth is creativity. You have to be original. You have to find new solutions. It might be that in the long run you will go back to the old solution, but for the meantime you needed a fast, quick answer. What we say is that with water companies it's different to electric companies. Electric companies don't bring candles to you when they cut your supply. You have to have water immediately. So you need creativity to answer for the problems that you have. Fifth thing, in our case, we saw many good advantages on being a private corporation to respond to this huge impact. And I know this is a key discussion today, but clearly for us, we can present good cases as to why it was good that we had all the ability of being a private corporation. Not only in the meaning that all the extra cost was going to go to the shareholder and not to the taxpayers, but also other good things about the opportunity that we had being private. And finally, and perhaps the most important one, is emotions. This industry tends to be very rational. It's technicians, engineers, pipes, tubes, innovation, while the real necessity was how do we cope with emotions? For instance, the CEO of the company, the one that has the biggest impact, was at his summer house near the ocean, and he was on the 10th floor of a high building, so he suffered the earthquake with his family. Everything, lights went off, so he couldn't see. Fortunately, the moon was shining, so he could reach to the, when the earthquake finished, reach to the side of the building, and saw the ocean coming. And they were sitting on over a hill, so they had no problem. But actually, he saw the wave destroying a small town near his building. And after that, right after that, he had to go to work and solve the problem. So we say that it took him 24 hours to be able to work. actually because he was destroyed. So emotions is something that in a condition like this you have to handle, and there are many small details, but one that I like to present is that at the beginning nothing was there, so everyone went to the water plant. This is the key thing, so we have to go there. So engineers, technicians were together with HR people, communication people, marketing people. And the environment was tough because the more soft type people were invading with emotions and with problems, finding people, finding families, seeing problems. This type of problems to technicians that were needed to concentrate on working and solving technical things. So in the end, we had to split the teams. Even they didn't want that, but it was the only way to make those guys forget about the reality and keep working. So there is many attractive things to learn, and I think we were very lucky that we succeeded in a short period of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, for those who weren't there this morning, Bill gave a great presentation talking about the human, social aspects of cities of the future. You heard that everybody has drawn on his talk to refer to that, and so Bill, now here's your opportunity to comment on the points which have been made, to tell us a little bit about your vision of how we can do this, and the key elements which have been put together here.